Excuse me, Johnny. I've got it. Mine's your stuff. Yeah, mine's your stuff. No, mate, I would never pass you that.
Oh yeah. Gates is just done.
Is Ariel here today? Damn it!
What's up, guys? How are you? We're going to have some stars of UFC Glendale for you today. First off, it's got a huge introduction, but I have to give one anyway. He's the number 5 lightweight
What's up, Matt Brown? Why would they make Come on! That just shows you just how good he is.
Let's go, baby!
That was like good up to that was a fun one. Exactly. Like, I know how to do this video well. Let's go ahead and just throw everyone on their heads. Yeah. Looks like he had a elbow on his face, leg was beat up. It's like, how did you get knocked it out? Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Never fails.
I'm proud champ. Coming, baby. Coming. Let's go.
No BJ.
I'll clip it in a second. I'm sorry. I don't know where it clips it. Okay. I'll get in there. One shot and then
You were thinking me. Wrong in the service.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bro? Good to be back.
Just a couple days out from a big main event, network television, big fight. What's the emotion like for you right now?
I feel good, man. I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm excited about this fight. I'm sure the fans are. It's going to be a good one.
It is. I mean, it's one of these I think people are especially excited about because of the styles that are coming. I mean, do you get excited for certain fights over others?
Yeah, I mean, when they called me with this fight, I'm a fan of the sport, and I know fun matchups. And when they call me, these are the kind of fights that I want to be part of, though. These are the kind of fights that I chase my whole career. Guys who want to fight, guys who want to try to put guys away and come in there and leave it all out there. That's what the kind of fights I want to be part of.
I've heard some people say that you're a more refined version of him, basically. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I've had my brawling years for sure. But like you said, I've refined it a lot. This is my 20th fight in the octagon. This is his 20th pro fight, so that says a little bit about what I've been doing.
And last thing for me, I think we all are kind of trying to figure out what's at stake here, right? I mean, nobody said explicitly what's on the line here, but what do you think's on the line in this fight?
My future, my family's well-being, a lot's on the line. A lot of stuff that you don't even think about. A lot's on the line, everything.
Championship fight?
I think so.
Extrapolating.
Let's get it, baby.
Extrapolating off that, I mean, the timing for this couldn't be better. The lightweight title was just basically decided last week. Does it feel now like there's a clear path in that division?
I honestly feel like it's more jammed than it was before. I think if Tony and Khabib would have fought, that would have played out. We would have known who the number one guy is. Now we have a guy who maybe is stripped of his interim title and a guy who fought somebody outside of the top 10. Now he's the world champion. That makes it even more messy. So, but none of that matters to me, Saturday night is all I'm focused on, and we'll take it from there.
Who do you consider the champion, the true champion?
I mean, Conor never lost his belt, it's hard to say. I mean, Khabib's the champion, he's the champion now. So
I think it's safe to say everyone in the sport was kind of shocked by just generally how last week went down. What were your thoughts when you see sort of these images coming out of Brooklyn from Conor?
Honestly, I start getting off of social media as it gets closer to my fight. I kind of stay off of Instagram and Twitter. I just get on to post stuff that I have to, or promotional stuff, to promote this fight and to promote sponsors and shit like that. But when I saw what was going on and people started texting me about it, I kind of tried to not read into it, not read any articles and get involved in it. I text Dana and Sean, told them, hey, I can make weight this Saturday. I've paid years of blood, sweat, and tears in this sport. If the opening's there for me and y'all want to use me, I'm in. I let them know, and that's all it was for me. After I texted them guys, I completely got out of it.
Was there any interest?
I was basically told that they would be fixing one problem and creating two more. They needed this show on Fox. They've already did the countdown show or whatever. The production's already done, and it's a critical negotiation point. And this is a big fight for Fox. And I think they would have done like they said. They would have caused more problems. And so,
as a businessman, that makes a lot of sense, right? But as a fighter, are you like, what the hell does that have to do with anything?
Exactly what I told my wife. I sat back. I said, if we were at home right now and I didn't have this fight booked, we'd be fighting for a world championship. But it's coming in due time. I'm gonna just keep grinding, keep putting in the work.
This is Desiree Flores with MMA Fight Radio. How are you feeling your weight cut right now? How are you feeling today?
I feel great.
And how do you feel being in Justin Gaethje's hometown? Does that have any added pressure for you?
No, not at all. I mean, maybe it's added pressure for him. I feel good. I've gone into people's hometown and beat them before, And like I said in the show, I'll fight him in his hometown, in his town home. It don't matter to me.
Sort of the fallout from last week's interesting because we still haven't heard anything. It's certainly not it's certainly not a good look for the sport.
Heard anything
just in regards to sort of how it's going to play out with Conor?
Oh yeah.
If that was up to you, should he be punished, and to what degree?
It's not up to me. It's not up to me to even. Of course, I disagree with the action. Who wants to? He messed up some fights that I was looking forward to. I just fought Anthony Pettis. I wanted to see his rebound. I wanted to see where Chiesa is at after his fight. That's a fight I was looking forward to. Like I said, I'm a fan of the sport, man. I look forward to matchups and see how guys do after they lose, after they win. I'm interested in stuff like that. But Paul Felder, Iaquinta, that was an exciting fight to me too. So they lost a couple fights that I was looking forward to, and I'm sure they're going to do something. But it's not, I have no power to even talk about that.
Yeah. How do you think Khabib did against Al, considering he's got that fight on 1 day notice, pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, an opponent change like that is, a big deal. He fought well, won every round, didn't take any damage. I mean, he's a champ.
And how much of Justin Gaethje did you watch prior to the UFC? I know the last 2 times he fought in Arizona for those 2, quote-unquote, Fight of the Year candidates.
Really? I know that. I watched him in World Series. He was a good fighter. He's fun to watch. I'm a fan. Melvin Gillard was training at American Top Team when he fought Justin, so we watched some stuff then when Melvin was getting ready. when he did train, I guess you could say.
Right.
And yeah, I've seen the guy fight a lot.
Did you cross train at all, or did you bring anybody in to emulate him?
We have such a big stable of fighters at the American Top Team that I had so many guys. I mean, and big, heavy-handed, orthodox guys are not hard to find. You know, there's lots of them out there. So it wasn't that hard to get great sparring for this.
It's funny, everyone talks about Khabib when they talk about it. It's almost like he's this unbeatable guy. I mean, now that he's the champion of the division, when you watch him fight, do you see holes? Like, is there a path to victory against him?
For sure, there's holes in everybody's game. Of course, he's a dominant wrestler and he's strong and, you know, has great grappling, but he's human. He can be beat. I'm not scared to fight him.
Is that something you want after this?
Of course. But like I said, this is all we can focus on is Saturday, 25 minutes. I have to be the best version of myself for 25 minutes. After that, I'm going to get some pizza, and then we'll see what's next.
What kind of pizza?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I need some pizza and beer, and I think I'm going to go home and buy a hammock and fight at the end of the year for the belt, hopefully.
Thanks, Dustin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Dustin, I got you on a pizza and beer, baby.
Hey, let me know. Let me know where to meet up.
Yeah. Yeah, just more compact. Spread out and stuff. I'd say yes. Don't think that one was surprising. I was also on a Sunday. Yeah, but they open workout.
There's also
I mean, he's still covered. Ha! I like commented before what I expected. They all think he's going to pay. That's great, though. I'm sure. Some kind of option for the crowd.
So, next up, the main event which recently slated to take out London, Matt Brown. He is in fighting at injury. Now we got the Brazilian Cowboy, one of my favorite knockouts in all of UFC. Give them up for Oliveira.
Brasileiro? Rio de Janeiro. Nossa, foi massa. Salve. Dá uma filmada aqui. Dá uma filmada
Please tell them what do you expect when you step in the octagon?
Posso sair com você? Só foto ou você queria que eu grave?
Só foto. Depois você grava um pouquinho.
Pouquito. Ó.
Mais água aí.
Shukai, you gonna translate
Yes,
for him? Do you mind sliding in with him just so it's
Right here?
yeah, because it makes it easier for
Got
you
it.
guys, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, first, just ask. Stepping in on short notice against a tough opponent. What is it about this fight that made him interested in coming in on short notice?
Primeira coisa, você pegou essa luta em cima da hora, 2 semanas. O que você tem a dizer sobre isso aí?
O que eu tenho a dizer? Que eu aprendi uma coisa com meus mestres. Divide oportunidade, né? Estou no melhor evento do mundo, que é o UFC. Estou para representar minha cidade, meu país. Cara, eu sei que ele é um cara, tem um potencial muito grande. É um cara nocauteador. Não aceitei a luta em cima da hora porque eu gosto do problema.
So, first of all, I learned with my coach one thing. Life is all about opportunity, you know, and I take the opportunity. I like the challenge, you know. I accept the fight. I know he's a good strike, but as me, I'm a good strike as well, and I like the kind of problem, you know. That's what I'm born, you know. So, as I say again, you know, I like it. You know, it's opportunity, and you never know. It's a big ass promotion in the world, UFC. Happy to be here and happy to take the opportunity.
Nice. Is this a situation where the UFC came calling and asked him, or did he hear that Carlos needed a fight and said, "Hey, give me that fight"?
A situação foi você escutou que o outro cara saiu, aí você falou, eu quero essa luta, ou o UFC chegou e ligou pra você, aí tá querendo essa luta aí, dá pra pegar?
Eu já tinha pedido luta já, que até um tempo que eu tinha operado o nariz. Pô, já estamos quase no meio do ano já, eu não tenho nenhuma luta ainda. Eu já tinha pedido, mas vários atletas que me deram pra mim lutar, tá operado, tá lesionado. Aí eu falei, quem pintar, meu irmão, tô aí. Tava pesado, com certeza, decidi peso. Como é que apareceu a luta, né? Tava levinho, pronto pra guerra.
So, yeah, it's like I was trying to fight, you know, and UFC was kind of have a hard time. Everyone was booked or out of train or something like that, and they offered me the fight. You know, luckily I was training. I was a little bit heavy, but it was not a problem, and I take it. You know, I take it, and So it's always a great opportunity to me, and then I take it, I face it.
The last thing for me, I mean, is this a special fight to him? I mean, this obviously, Carlos has been around for a long time, accomplished a lot of things. I mean, because of that, is this like feel like a special opportunity and special fight, or is it just another day in the cage?
Ele vê essa luta como uma luta especial, né? Como você sente isso? Realmente é uma luta que vai ser especial para você? Você sente isso? Ou vai ser uma luta normal como as outras?
Poxa, é uma luta muito especial para mim também. Porra, eu sou fã desse cara, antes de ser lutador do UFC, trabalhava servente, eu já era fã dele. Poxa, ele era dono de cinturão. E, pô, pra mim é especial também, mas pelo que toca a gente não pode deixar o respeito, né? Atrapalhar nossa grande disputa lá e, meu irmão, vai trocar porrada.
Yes, definitely is a special fighter for me, you know. So before I'm start to fight, I was watch Carlos Condit when he was champion in WC, and I'm big fan of him, you know. But I need to take the respect on the side, and when I step the octagon, it's gonna be the war, you know. Definitely is gonna be a great opportunity to me, and I'm excited for the fight.
You said you were a little heavy when you got the call. Where was the weight at, and how's the weight cut going since?
Você falou que você estava um pouquinho pesado quando você recebeu a notícia. Quanto você estava pesado? De quanto?
92 quilos.
Yes, I was a little bit heavy, 92 kilos. I don't know exactly how many pounds it is, but it's around 200. Yeah, 200 pounds.
So how's the cut gone since?
Como foi o corte de peso? Tranquilo?
Tranquilo, peguei 11 quilos.
So it was smooth. I cut 20 pounds, and now it's just 6 pounds to lose.
You've already cut 20 pounds.
Yeah, he already cut like 20 pounds, and now it's only 6 to 7 pounds. Everything went smooth.
Hi, this is Desiree Flores with MMA Fight Radio. So, are you the type of fighter that always stays ready? Are you always in the gym, whether you have a fight or not, always training all the time?
Ela se anunciou, né, ela de alguma mídia aí, e você é um tipo de lutador, de atleta que está sempre preparado, está sempre treinando para pegar uma oportunidade, ou quando você espera a luta acontecer e aí você vai treinar?
Não, eu sou um atleta que estou sempre treinando e estou sempre ali na beira, tá ligado? Se me chamar, eu estou pronto. Sou a funcionário do UFC, eu tenho a obrigação de estar preparado para a guerra.
So yes, I am a fighter, I'm an athlete, like always in train, always in shape. For one kind of opportunity that happen, you know, I'm gonna be waiting. You know, I'm UFC employee, and you know, whenever UFC needed me, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna step up.
You said you grew up
Step in. Sorry.
You grew up a fan of Carlos, sort of watching him when you were coming up in the game. When you watch him now, do you still see the same old Carlos Condit, or do you feel like sort of his best days are past?
Você falou que é fã do Carlos Condit, sempre olhou as lutas dele. E você olha ele como um lutador igual antigamente, ou você vê que o jogo dele mudou, ou caiu, ou subiu? O que você tem a dizer sobre isso?
Cara, eu tô vendo a luta dele há muito tempo já. Ele já estava no auge dele, né? Mas ele tá mantendo o ritmo dele ainda, então ele deu uma caída. E não quer dizer que o cara tá paradão, tá? O cara tá nativo, entendeu? E, poxa, cheguei, minha nova geração sou eu. Cheguei para fazer diferença, mas não faltando com respeito, respeitando ele. Vim para ganhar meu espaço também no dentro do evento.
Yeah, so I'm always watching his game, you know, since I'm started following MMA, and he definitely has his ups and downs, but he always active, you know, and always bring new tricks to the octagon. But now is my time, you know, it's the new era of fighters, and I'm the new era, and I'm still here. I'll be here to stay.
When you first got into the game, Carlos at that point already had 30 fights, more than 30 fights. Did you ever, is that a fight you wanted when you got in? Just this idea of maybe one day I can fight Carlos Condit?
Quando você começou, provavelmente o Carlos já tinha umas 30 lutas, né? E esse é um tipo, isso aí te aflige alguma coisa? Esse é o tipo de luta que você falou, pô, essa é a luta que eu quero, ou não?
Não, cara, eu não tava visando o Carlos Condit não, mas como eu já vi as lutas dele toda, tô vindo também em boa fase na minha carreira. E, sei lá, cara, vamos sair na porrada ele no sábado e vamos ver que a diferença vai ser dentro do octógono. E eu vim pra fazer surpresa.
So yes, I not visualize the fight, you know, but you know, it is what it is in my good moment of my career right now. And let's see what happens, you know, let's go, you know, step in the cage and brawl, you know, and see what's going on. That's what I want. I want to go Saturday night and brawl with Carlos Condit. That's my dish. It's my moment,
once again, he felt he's a new era of fighter, and he's waiting.
What did you think of Carlos's last fight?
O que você achou da última luta do Carlos?
Ele voltou um pouco a ser mais agressivo, acreditar naquele potencial dele, né? Só que ele deixou se levar pelo tamanho do adversário, né? E o cara mais novo, mas tem que botar em
I
prática.
think he's what I saw, he's a little bit not aggressive the way he's supposed to be, you know. And I think the guy was heavier than him, and he kind of let the guy like impose his game and not like really show what Carlos Condit is.
Cool. Obrigado.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you, valeu.
Alright guys, moving right along here, I got 2 more athletes that are going to look out for you today. First, next up, we got a special guest. Very special guest in the house. Gold medalist, silver medalist, bronze medalist, who's going to come already. Cody Miller, give him a round of applause, right? We're on the third place, now that's why you're in town. So, this is your first experience with MMA. What do you think so far? In the Johnson Foyer, Cowboy workout, what do you think so far?
I spent my life in the pool just swimming and running out. It's just exciting.
He's been very modest. He's been kicking it around before, but I got an Olympic gold medalist right here. So I have to ask you, tell us about that experience. What was it like going through it, the beginning, and then the accomplishment, I mean, the goal. You got to fight for the belt, the Olympic gold medal, same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't tell the highest medals in the world because you watch the race with Rio. I touched the wall and I get third. So I celebrated harder than the guy that won gold because, I'm the shortest guy in the team if I want to go to I was an underdog. People just expected me to once it's such a small swimmer. And I worked those people and, it's like everything that I've worked for my entire life just kind of came through the way that I wanted it. It's just your joy of winning a Olympic medal and being able to represent the country. But even here, seeing these guys like get ready to get ass, it's just like.
Even if you don't watch a ton of swimming, I mean, everybody knows when Michael Phelps. You're very familiar with the Phelps of the moment.
So, alright, I'm the guy that Michael dives over. So I swim the restroom, that's the dog swim. I was second on the relay, and Michael goes third. So he's the guy that dives over me. So, and then he was down for a few years in a row. I grew up watching Michael swim. I had posters going on my wall, and then some years ago, Rio was able to be on the field with me.
Everybody here? Alright, former heavyweight champion from Philadelphia, and I was just talking about it. He's incorporated a ton of swimming into his life and into his training. And I wanted to ask you here, professional swimmer, give us your take. How can that help an athlete? How much money are you going to achieve on the culture? How can that help the military market?
One of the ways Benavidez hit a knee.
I know, but I just picture the moment.
No, not that one. It'll be available. It'll be available.
Sure, if I want to drive an hour. I appreciate it. Just an hour. You're being a little mean to me, Casey. Just an hour. Just an hour. Yeah, so we're going to marathon around 1 tomorrow. Cool. Tomorrow's going to be just weird. General. Yeah, but it's 10 minutes. Not at all. Not at all. Well, that's why I did it. I did it so because I'm hey, I dig it. I've never done that one. I've never done that one ever.
I never thought anybody would do this. You see my kids on there. Come on. Third time I wore it. I was like, oh, right out of this camera guy.
I do. So turn this around. Whoa.
Fine grip right there.
Like that?
What's up, guys? How are you?
fighter person I've ever seen best defend personal advantage. Another two of my all-time favorites.
It seems like Carlos Condit, that's got to get hard of MMA fan. You're a favorite fighter. This guy's got to fight off okay. I mean, you talk about a fan base that really passionate about you, watching your fights, everybody's really excited about your stuff there. How good does that make you feel as a player knowing that people really want to watch you?
I appreciate everybody coming out for it. That's what I love to do. Go on, keep beating him until he quits.
Because he lives in Scottsdale.
I'm just saying.
Just free passes.
Free access to the
Free access, yeah.
Rio Olympic City got long with distraction. There's sponsorship. Well, right. He ran and then David did it.
It's like a CB the day after that. You know? I feel like, boy.
Where's he from? I'm going to Chicago at the end of the month for something other than Bellator. Like, I just remembered 2 days ago that was happening. And I'm going to be West Coast.
I didn't one my team 4 hours before I really watched it.
Think about UK. Yeah, like 4 hours.
I don't believe it.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Where'd my camera go?
You grabbed it.
Okay, good. Cool.
Casey stole it.
I got my eyes on you.
When in doubt, blame Casey.
I know, right? I know that.
You good, Casey?
Look at this. Fancy.
Well, Carson, so you are just a couple days. Yeah, let's done in excellent fashion. Man.
I'm always in some form of wetness. Moisture.
I don't even know where to go with that.
True. I gotta be honest with you. You gotta be alive.
No, I appreciate that. Well, Cross, here you are a couple days out from another fight. I mean, I know it's kind of been up and down for you lately. What's the heart like? What's the head like right now? What's the feeling like?
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. Phoenix is like a second home for me. I trained out here and lived out here for a little while. I got a bunch of family and friends here. And I'm excited. I put together a good camp and got an exciting opponent, and like I said, we're gonna have some fun.
Nice. Relatively quick turnaround for you. I'm curious, was it the opportunity to fight in Arizona that got you back so quick? Was it just because you wanted to build some momentum? Why?
Well, the last fight kind of sucked, and I felt like I got some of the ring rust out of the way, and I wanted to jump right back in. I didn't take any damage in the fight, nothing was hurt, so I kind of wanted to ride some momentum as far as being healthy. Matt Brown actually picked this date. I would have fought earlier, but he wanted this date, and now he's not here, but whatever, that's a different story.
Well, I mean, what happens is, he ducks out. I mean, that was a fight that obviously a lot of people wanted to see for a lot of reasons. Was there any part of you that said, maybe I shouldn't fight right now, maybe I shouldn't take, a different guy on short notice, or was it even a consideration?
Well, I don't know if this is how other fighters feel. It's almost like the slacker part of me says, well, now you could just put it off for another month and you get a little bit more time to rest. But I put together a good camp. I'm ready. I'm ready to go right now. I peaked, and I'm peaking this week, and I like the opponent. It's a good opponent. Like style-wise, he's different in some senses, but ultimately he's a brawler. He brings it. He comes to fight. He comes to finish. So not a whole lot changed as far as tactics and game plan between Alex Oliveira and Matt Brown.
Yeah, last thing for me, I mean, that was going to touch on that as far as changes go. I mean, within the short time span there is, do you even bother with a different game plan, a different anything, or you just say, hey, what we were working on, let's just do that?
You know what? Not a lot of stuff changed. Some tactics, some like particular combinations, but it's nothing. It's like stuff that we just like kind of go through the Rolodex, like boom, boom. We've worked on this before. I think that this will work well with this fight, and let's see. But yeah, not a whole lot changed.
You mentioned sort of the ring rust in the Magny fight. In retrospect, did you feel like you had sort of had a layoff? Like, could you feel sort of
like in the fight? I felt it was odd. I felt like super like lazy and lackadaisical, and I didn't realize it until I was kind of in the midst of the fight that I was like, I just kind of didn't have. I don't know what it was, and then I started to get traction, and then. Yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't a great fight for me, and I don't feel like I was myself, and I'm really looking forward to this fight, getting out there and being myself.
What was the reaction when you got the news about Matt? Was there any hesitation in maybe putting off this or not accepting a replacement?
Yeah, there was, and I talked to my coaches, especially after they gave us the option of Cowboy Oliveira, and we all liked the fight and we got on the same page. And it was if there was any hesitation, it was brief.
Was there any other opponent name you got, or was it just Cowboy right away?
It was, yeah, no. He was the first one that they mentioned, and we kind of jumped on it.
Did you watch his last fight?
I did.
What'd you think?
It was a hell of a fight, man. Those guys, they fucking got after it.
And then your teammate Cowboy's fought him before. Do you remember anything he did in camp that you can pull from that?
Cowboy doesn't do a whole lot different for each fighter. He trains the way he fights. He trains the way he trains, and then shows up and fights.
How do you make sure you don't have that same feeling when you walk out this Saturday that you did when you walked out for Magny?
I don't know. We're just gonna have to find out. No, but I think. Well, to answer your question seriously, a lot of it was in the preparation. I put in a legit serious camp. I feel like I'm all in. I was all in training camp. Like I really pushed hard. In the past I've had really big fights and put really hard training camps. And this last one, I trained hard, but I don't think that I didn't. I don't know. I wasn't all in. In training, in my preparation, in my mindset, I've been all in for this fight since the beginning. So I think that's part of it.
Did any of it have to do with the fact that you said you fought 15 minutes in a cage with someone, but you had no injuries, nothing from the fight? Is it the fact that you never felt in danger in that fight, or like? Yeah, like Matt Brown, and you know you're in immediate danger.
There is that, yeah, absolutely. Proximity to danger definitely brings out the best in me, and if it's somebody who's like threatening my safety and well-being, it definitely I think brings the tiger out. And Matt was that fight, and I think the fight with Cowboy Oliveira will be that as well.
You said before your last one that you were gonna do that one and then see how you felt afterwards, and that was coming off a long layoff. Now you say you're all in for this one. Is it the same type of mindset where you're just gonna do one and see how you feel afterwards, or do you feel like you're fully back in this?
Dude, I'm kind of cliche, but I'm focused on this one. Like this is what I got in front of me right now, and I don't know. I feel good. I mean, I felt good in training camp. My body feels good, so just have to see how it goes. But I mean, aside from winning the fight.
Did you know along the way last time that you weren't all in, or was it something you realized afterwards?
I mean, I think part of me realized it. Part of me knew it. Like I think subconsciously maybe. You're up. They keep jumping in front of you.
I know. This is Desert with MMA Fight Radio. So you keep saying that your mind wasn't all the way there. Whatever was on your mind at the time, or whatever was preventing that, do you feel like you have a lot more mental clarity now to be able to focus specifically on this?
I do.
Okay. Yes. And what have you changed in your camp since that loss? I know you say you felt rusty, but what specifically did you change or focus on in your game?
I put together some really good sparring partners, and I sparred more for this fight. So that's one like tangible thing. I worked quite a bit on with my strength and conditioning guy in an speed and explosiveness class with athletes from other different sports, like pro baseball players and pro basketball players, guys who are actually fast. Like and I'm not, I'm not fast like for a fighter. I mean, anyway. So I worked on my speed and explosiveness, and I think that was really, really helpful. And then I had a good group of guys surrounding me, and just the intensity that I trained, and what I put in, what I put online.
Can you extrapolate a little bit on your Arizona roots? I think when most people think of you, they think Carlos Condit, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Well, I came out here. I lived out here I moved out here in like 2008, and I lived out here for about a year and a half. I trained at Arizona Combat Sports with Bader and CB Dalloway and Jamie Varner for a while. For about a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
And then a bunch of my best friends live out here, and then I got a family.
What do you think of the shape of the division right now with the interim title fight? Tyron said he could come back in July. That kind of caught people by surprise. There's an interim one, and then now there's Colby and RDA. So what do you think about the division?
I haven't really been paying attention. Like, that kind of came out of nowhere. I saw that, and I didn't realize that Woodley was taking off time for the shoulder, but kind of haven't been paying a whole lot of attention, honestly.
Cool. Thanks, Carlos.
Thanks, Carlos. Really roller skating. Really into roller skating.
I was like, and then he was like, first up, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they're usually
Oh, wow.
Before you got me, I asked.
Bro!
I asked 16 rebounds. There's no thing. Triple-double. How much did you get that triple-double? I'm saying on so many spots. My phone. I was like, oh, what the app? That's funny. Last time I saw one of these.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't put 40.
I thought there was more coming on. I got false.
You guys have some fun tonight? Yeah. Well, when it's a final for what I believe to be one of the most dynamic and phenomenal first years of UFC history is main event. This is in Glendale. It is just on the highlight of ATG.
Carlos admit that he wasn't into that one. Not really confident to hear that. I don't think he's in this
Onyx! That bonus! That bonus! Where I fight for? I fight for money!
fight actually already decided for Rio. Like, like, I miss his third person. Like, he didn't know that. I was like, whatever. We went to this. That's kind of my deal.
All right, maybe that would be the one.
Great. We're all very excited. The whole UFC University obviously had one of the greatest first years in UFC history. You're looking to add that against us today. This is somebody asked me, is he a good fighter? Of course he's a good fighter. Obviously, this is a huge moment for you. Dustin today. Your fight is knocking on the watching what you're doing, guys. Give it up one more time.
Oh, there you go. We can't hear you. We can't hear anything.
This morning.
What's up?
Justin, I know you've been a part of some big fights, but being back here in Arizona, I mean, does this add to it? Is it kind of a special feeling?
Oh, absolutely. I wrestled right here in state tournament 4 times, so it's a crazy culmination of events in my life that I will be sure to take advantage of.
Nice. Any idea how many tickets you sold? How many the town's coming?
A lot. My people aren't here because we live about 3 hours away from here, but you're going to hear them on Saturday. There's no doubt about it.
Very nice. You know, people have expected a certain kind of fight out of you over your career, right? But I heard you saying over here, you know, you're going for performance of the night this time, not fight of the night.
Yeah. Hey, as a fighter, we always go for the quick ones, but you know, like I said, I'll go for performance of the night, and if it goes past 2 rounds, I'll go for performance and fight of the night.
Nice. Last thing for me, I mean, obviously you were in another league for a long time, but Dustin Poirier, I mean, is he a guy that you followed? Is he a guy whose career that you paid attention to?
Yeah. Hey, I'm a big fan of MMA, and I've watched him. He fought everybody, the who's who of names. So, you know, he's coming in here with a ton of experience, and he's a great fighter. You know, number 5 in the world right now. He's climbed up and down these rankings and proved himself many times over. So, I give him full credit, but I'm ready to take everything he's earned.
I know last time you were in town, you wanted to check out the arena. You didn't get a chance. Is this the first time you've been in this arena since wrestling?
Yep. Yeah, this is the first time I've been back here in 12 years.
So, what does it feel like? Is it surreal? Does it feel familiar?
Yeah, it definitely does. These red seats have not changed. Last time I saw it, it was absolutely, it was packed in here. So I think it'll be more. I'll be able to, realize it more on Saturday when it's so packed in here.
Yeah. The timing of this fight's very nice because it seems like the lightweight championship was finally figured out last week.
Yep.
Does it feel like to you there's a path now?
There is a more clear path. Even though Khabib says he wants to go fight GSP, which is counterproductive to everything he talked shit about Conor about, or talked shit on Conor about. But other than that, Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter. Tony talks shit about Carter not defending his belt, and if he wants to fight GSP, it will not be at lightweight. So he therefore will not be defending his belt. This is the same exact thing he's talking shit about.
Do you consider Khabib the true champion of lightweight now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 26-0. He's #1 in the world, you know, on paper, and he's proven it over and over. So I will fight and claw my way to that matchup.
And last week, obviously, there were a lot of lightweight title fights, not title fights, but lightweight fights that fell apart. What did you make of last weekend's events?
You know what? There's nothing. You know, there's nothing really you can make of that. It's crazy circumstances that you know, we hope will never happen again. But you know, you put a bunch of fighters in an arena, and someone might fight each other.
What did you think of Iaquinta's performance against Khabib?
I think he, you know, it wasn't a bad plan. That's an impossible fight to get ready for on one day. So. Yeah, I mean, I give him credit and respect for stepping up. Not a lot of guys, you know, are going to step up to the plate right then.
What do you think should happen because of the events of last week? Like, should people be punished? Should Conor be punished?
Conor's going to get punished by paying millions of dollars to people, so that's plenty of punishment. And I don't want him to go anywhere because, like I said, I'm going to fight and claw my way to the championship. So either he's there or Khabib's there, it doesn't matter.
It's interesting because when people talk about Khabib, especially now that he's champ, it seems like he's sort of this unbeatable guy. Do you see him as that, or do you see holes in him?
No, absolutely. I better quit if I don't think I can beat the champ. I absolutely think I could, you know, beat him, kick his legs off. You know, he holds his chin up high, and I'm an All-American wrestler, Division I. So I do think I can stop the St-House.
I know the first Rose Joanna fight was very emotional for you.
Yeah.
What was the second one like watching that?
It was similar. You know, it's crazy watching you know, a close friend go into battle like that. And there's really not much you can do but just sit back and hope for the best. You know, so I pray that both of them come out healthy and happy. And you know, I don't ever pray for victory on anybody's circumstance, but just health. So I was glad she came out, you know, happy and healthy.
This time around was a lot harder for her. I mean, what do you think overall in terms of her performance?
It was fantastic. You know, she came out and proved that she's the best in the world. That, you know, Joanna can say whatever she wants. You know, all the credit in the world to that lady. But you know, Rose is better. Rose was better, and matchups make fights, and she's a bad matchup for Rose.
Does watching something like that a week before your fight, does any part of that come to you?
Yeah, it makes me feel happy, especially knowing he has the same coaches. They fight at the same gym, so yeah, we're 1-0 right, or 1-0 right now. So I got to keep that going. Feels good. Feels good. I was glad we beat them.
You say that you have about 6 fights left under your belt. If you were to work your way up to a title shot and get the belt, would you still believe in 6 fights? Or does that maybe change your mind a little bit?
You never know. I'm telling myself that right now so that I don't stick around too long. I think a lot of, you know, this is a young man's game, and I'm not going to be young forever, and I don't want to stick around and do forever. I want to build my brand and then capitalize on that when I retire. But who knows? We'll play it by ear. I'm just putting that out there so that I can look back and tell myself that you said it, so you better do it.
You already have like secondary career plans?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going in with Trevor on Onyx, and you know, I think the equipment in this game has to advance. Boxing gloves, MMA gloves, headgear, shin guards, everything is old school. It's all been around, you know, hasn't changed. There's no technology, no science behind much of it, and that's one thing that Trevor, myself, and Onyx is planning on doing. And that will be my investment in the future of the sport.
So for the rest of your career, you want to stay somehow related to combat sports?
Yeah, look, I mean, I'd like to buy a couple apartment complexes, a few houses, and then make my money that way. You know, the right way, real estate. That's how the big dogs do it. So hopefully I can make enough money to buy some of those things.
Do you see yourself coming back here when you retire from the sport?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of MMA. I'll be in attendance as many fights as I can possibly make in my lifetime. And,
to Arizona.
Move back here.
Yes.
I don't know. I like winters here, but I also love snowboarding, so that's a tough one. I'll always be coming back. My family's from here, lives here. You know, and I was born and raised here, so I'll always have roots here.
Snowboarding flags.
Yeah, it's a little different than the Rockies. It's a little different than the Rocky Mountains.
Cool. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
That's a good fight, but it's hard.